Good morning. Morning. Running a little late this morning. I'm sorry, people. People's people. If you were people, make time for people. Always make time for people. Oh, we all come from good families, for the most part. All right, sometimes you have to go back a few generations, but we all come from good people. We all come from take care of everybody, feed people. We're never these greedy bastards we've become. But also don't demand that people take care of you either. Ask nicely. People get you some lunch. They get some lunch money. Focus. They got bullies. They got all this anti-bully stuff. We never had anti-bully anything. Shoot, we were growing up, you had to take care of your damn self. There was no anti-bully. Bullies are a part of the system, just a part of the system. Run, learn to fight. Rising tides. The rising tides raises all ships. It's just physics. It's just physics. But that's my ship. It's looking kind of lonely. That ship look kind of lonely. That ship all by itself. You see it looks sad. Let's focus on that ship. No. Rising tide raises all ships. I know the billionaires will tell you different. The billionaires that run the world. You know, they say that a handful of billionaires run the United States. A handful. And they're going to tell you, just focus on one ship. Just focus on your ship. That's why they give people races and religions. Just focus on, we gotta get our ship. It's looking kind of sad. They start getting hoists and cranks and stuff. It's just physics. Flood the earth with people with some common damn sense. People whose grandparents aren't rolling over in their grave because they became greedy little bastards. Raise the water, all the ships rise. All of them. Worldwide. And thank God we got robots now. Thank God for the robots. Everybody, thank you, Jesus. Everybody thank God for the robot. Thank God for the automation. That's my answer for everything. Why are you always talking about some jobs and automation? Because all the jobs are going. It should be clear now. Look around the world. They're flipping out. They're not flipping out over sides. They're not flipping out over one ship. They're flipping out over the system. All ships are drowning. So you got to stay focused. We always have to pay attention to the big picture. The big picture, people. Always focus on the big picture. There's a lot of ships out there. I want to focus on the systems. It was a good conversation. I was talking to a brother about fight the power. Fight the powers that be. Because I was raised in a generation that did that. I don't understand join the powers that be. I don't understand it. I don't know because the power look like you. You're gonna join the power. You rage against the machine or become a piece of the machine. I don't get it. The world blowing up. People standing up, trying to raise the water, to raise all the ships. You don't see anybody in France. This is our team. We're Team Yellow. We're going to stand up. We're going to raise the yellow ships. No, it's not how it works. Because Team Purple ain't going to get on with that fight. They're not going to come along with you. It takes big numbers. We're talking billionaires, people. We're not talking millionaires. In fact, they say they're multiple and hundreds of billionaires. Run the damn world. You trying to raise one ship. We just gonna take care of the hippie ship. Just the hippie ship. Just the hippies. They're only them. But the hippies were treating bad in the past. Oh, I know. The hippies, they got it pretty bad. They did. But guess what? You think you're gonna raise that ship by yourself? The earth kind of big. You need a lot of water to raise a ship. Might need some automation. Might need some robots. And it's funny, kind of went down this topic because Russia. You know what Putin's doing right now? Putin is reigning in rap music. Why in the hell would Putin give two dams and a shake of a willy about some young Russian kids running around singing rap music? Let's look at this. Let's pull this up. I find the news to be interesting. I do. It's entertainment. I don't believe none of it. I laugh at it. But every now and then, you get a little piece of something. You can sink your teeth into it. It kind of makes some sense. You know, I've seen this before. You know, but you can't believe the news. You cannot believe the news. Let me see if I can find this. Putin going after rap music. Why would he do such a thing? You have to process the news. You don't watch the news, you process the news, because it's not news anymore. It's all spun, spin and spun. It's spin to spin you in a way that you don't target the billionaires, that you don't target the ones that are doing the most damage. Where is that article at? I didn't even say good morning to nobody this morning. I know, I was late, I'm sorry. Now I have to see who's in the house. Where is my article? Putin going after rap music. I grew up, here it goes. I grew up in the rap day. I grew up back when rap was a good thing. Y'all remember that? Anybody remember when rap was a good thing? Rap was. Rap is still good. Is it? We used to uplift people. We was all friends and laughing together, having fun. It was funny and educated and everybody was good on it before gangster rap came along. Why would Putin want to control rap music? All right, let me show you this. Let me show you. Just gotta pull this up. Here we go.
If you can't stop them, lead them. The advice from President Vladimir Putin to his cultural advisors on what to do about rap music, a genre that's grown increasingly popular with young Russians.
The rap and other modern music is based on the three pillars: sex, drugs and protest. Well, the biggest concern amongst all this is drugs. It's an obvious thing. This is a path to the degradation of the nation.
Stop for a minute. Sex, drugs, and protest. Why in the hell would the government be worried about sex, drugs, and protest? And I'm gonna ask you this. Think about rock music. I don't know what kind of rock is going on now, but think back at the past. AC/DC, Metallica, Iron Maiden. Sex, drugs, and protest of the system. You can't have the next generation focused on them. See, I want to break things down if I can. Sex ain't gonna do nothing about it. People, that's just, you can't do that. That's gonna be in everything. Sex is always gonna be, it's gonna just, because y'all got these things, you always want to stick things and jump on things and flip. So that's just everywhere. But protest, we won't call it sex, we'll call it smiles, right? Because you got to control the smiles and cries. If you're happy, protesting against the system, and then a component that gives you the ability to not give two damns about the system, to not give two damns about the protest. Like, think about a mosh pit. I know some people did the mosh pit stage jumping. When I was a kid, we did roughing it off, where you just rough it off and we would just push each other and knock each other around to some go-go music growing up in DC. Happy, protesting the system, freedom, and the ability, take out the drugs, let's call it spirituality. I don't know, let's call it wave energy. Let's call it quantum physics. Let's call it the belief that you aren't killable. That's the warrior. That's the warrior. That's the worst thing that you don't want anybody listening to know AC/DC, Public Enemy, no Iron Maiden and Run DMC. Nothing that tells them that they are a beautiful creature, that they deserve freedom, that they should be themselves and not be the robot the system made, and then give them a component of spirituality. Give them the ability to stand up and say, I'm gonna do what's right. So Putin's trying to control rock. I think this is important. He's trying to control the young people. Watch this. I like Putin, I do, to a degree. But again, Russia's controlled by a few billionaires, just like America is. So we got to focus on the system. Let's watch the rest of this.
Putin's comments follow a spate of concert cancellations and artist arrests.
Rebellious, extremism. So they canceled his concert. What's his name? Krukachek. That's his name. Kuchi, something like that. Anyway, that's not the point. That's not the point. Got upset. They canceled his concert. Crowd showed up. Rebellious nature. Extremist to a degree. Probably believed in like food and water. Having houses and being able to live the life you want to lead instead of working for big corporations that buy your government. Probably say, I can tell you, in the price sound like, Wait a minute, that's my German accent. No, I can't do Russian. I can't do Russian. I'm sorry. But rebellious to a point where you canceled his concert, so he jumped up on the car and started giving a concert in the parking lot. You can't have that. You can't have powerful youth like that. You have to have weak youth like their parents. You have to have the weak ones. No, we're just gonna bend over and take it. Hashtag where the hell is in America in the yellow vest protest. Hashtag where the hell is America. Look at this.
The 25-year-old, known for his lyrics about poverty, corruption, and police brutality, was then arrested. And his is not an isolated case.
Rapping about corruption, police brutality. Why? Because empires need police states. We talk about this all the time. You cannot have an empire with free people. It does not work out. Having an empire creates massive hatred for you. That's why the whole world hates the United States. Hates us. That's why I don't want to talk about white privilege, because I got American privilege, and the whole world can't stand me at all. And so I have no position whining about what I want. The whole world is under my boot. Like, what was this thing? What did Trump say? No, it wasn't Trump this time, but I hate how they say Trump in the news all the time. They say Obama in the news to try to get people confused and discombobulated. Why don't they just say the 10 billionaires that run America decided this today? If they said that for a few administrations, Americans would actually finally get it. But what did Cohen say? Cohen said, well, Trump knew taking the money, the hush money, right? Ding-a-ling money. Y'all remember the ding-a-ling? That's what I talk about American news, ding-a-ling. Trump ding-a-ling. That man, his ego should be like through the roof, because that's all they want to talk about. Trump ding-a-ling. So Cohen said that Trump knew the hush money was wrong. He knew it was wrong. He's a criminal. We got to go after this monster. I'm just sitting there thinking, wait a minute. But does America know that their society is hush money? Do you know, like, your whole economy is hush money? Like all consumerism, Christmas time. Do you know that all the small electronics you have that they bring at you, that they murder people and rape people and destroy the country? You know, all of that's hush money, right? I don't know if you know this. So I guess that's what they're gonna focus on for the week. They're gonna focus on the hush money that Trump knew it was wrong. Does America know it's wrong? See, I love hypocrisy. I'm a hypocrisy. That's why the news is delicious. When I see some hypocrite stuff coming through, that's when I get excited. Meantime, we're going to talk about one consenting woman and some hush money versus towns and nations of women we are raping to give you your economy. Are you kidding me? Really? You worry about Trump's hush money? I was like, yeah, exactly. Who said it? The dingling and cheat. Exactly. Tina, his ego should be through the roof. Man, you know how I feel? Just imagine. All right, we won't pretend for a little bit. Just imagine. Because you know they put our pride, they put our male pride in that thing. You know, sometimes now they put women pride in that thing too. Imagine the whole world, 7 billion people. Every day they get to get a little piece of news about what your dingling has been. Where the cuckoo has been. I can't say that word. That'd probably give you trouble. This is done. It's all right. Let me go back to the news. I flip. I'm like,
Case. A week later, it was the turn of rapper citing.
This is how you know you're making a difference. This is how you know. This is where your hope comes from. When your government starts censoring. That's how you know you are making progress. That's how you know you're getting somewhere. That's how you know somebody is trying to raise all ships. Not one ship, not 2 ships. When they're censoring your social media, when they're censoring your Facebook, that's how you know. And how you know things ain't changing is because people in the streets protesting the right. And then the streets protested the left. I had a friend of mine, I love her to death. She said, we're in the streets, we're fighting all day. We're in the streets, give us credit, we're fighting. I'm like, okay, that sounds good. Baby girl, what you fighting? I want to fight too. I want to fight. We in the street fighting. What y'all fighting? Why y'all in the street? We in the streets. We been in the streets for 2 years fighting Trump. Fighting what? Fighting Trump. Well, hang on, baby girl, hang on. You fighting who? I'm not a fight insignificant thinger. I'm not a. Because if you fight to raise one ship, if you fight to raise the Democrat ship, let's say you're fighting to raise the Filipino ship, let's say you're fighting to raise the Hispanic ship, let's say you fight, are you going to win that fight? Earth kind of big. The nation kind of big. The billionaires have seen you coming a long time. We can get down and we can start singing, "We shall overcome." And to be honest with you, they seen that one. They seen that one. That one, they seen that play before. They saw it. They was in the playbook. They saw it. They're ready for it. That was about, what, 40 years ago? They just saw that playbook. They know when you divide up, say, okay, the billionaires, listen, these people don't play, all right? They know you play. If it's a tribal play, you will lose. They are ready for that. Like I said, 5G, you gonna get in the street, yell, scream at the government about you want some peace and freedom and some food and a house and stuff, and you just, oh, but we just want it for the green people. It's okay. You might get some purple people behind you. Not gonna get a whole bunch of them. You're gonna get a few of them. You know what they're gonna do? They're gonna turn on the 5G. That's all they're gonna do. This is why 5G. I won't stop talking about 5G. I will not stop talking about 5G because you are your whole body works on electromagnetivity. Your whole body, everything in it. All the birds, the bees, everything. If 5G, like all Wi-Fi, is a electromagnetic listening station, which is what it is, and it is a broadcast station for electromagnetivity. And everything in you uses some electromagnets. I ain't know what them damn things are, but all the microbiology, everything in you, who knows what the hell they're gonna do with that thing. If the wavelengths down to 5G are so small, like, because sometimes I wonder about it. So how do you control people with massive towers? How do we know if the 5G bandwidth is small enough, the wavelength is small enough that it can actually control people? Because they're using it to control poor populations. That's the first key. And the second key, they ain't asking you. The billionaires ain't asking you. They're not asking you a damn thing. They're rolling out 5G fast. Why? Because the jobs are going away. They are not staying. What you have right now in physics is known as a vacuum, right? It's based on 0-point energy. That's what I was looking at this weekend. I know I'm a little bit of a geek. I like to spend time on this stuff. I was looking at 0-point energy and I forgot the name of the effect. Vacuum. Pulling energy out of the vacuum of space. Pulling energy out of another dimension. You have a vacuum. All the jobs are going away. Energy is why everybody does every damn thing. And they say, well, free energy doesn't exist. Then why would your government hide over 5,000 patents related to energy that they refuse to give to the inventors, and they refuse to tell you what those 5,000 energy-based patents are even about? Because you control people by energy. It's a crony world. And if you can control how everybody gets energy, you control all social conflict. Money's not the problem. It's always about power, and power comes from energy. If people don't have energy, they'll murder each other. Human beings without energy are really bad things. And so you have a vacuum. All the jobs that are based in human labor are being sucked out. And you have a glut. And you know what's being filled in? Automation and robotics. That's why I say rising tide can raise all ships. No time in history could we ever say this, because somebody had to do the work. You had to go find some Mexicans. You had to go find some indigenous people. You had to go find some Africans. You had to go find some Irish. You had to go find somebody that's a little lower in the military side that you can steal some slaves from to do the work to raise the ships you want to raise. But now, in 2018, we can now raise the tide and all ships can go up. That's why I don't do selective stuff. I don't do, they say, somebody else hit me, they said, why are you always, what do you call it? It's a mantra. What is it? It said that all lives matter is a mantra. No, actually it's not. One life mattering is a mantra. And not only that, it was a scam given to you. It was a scam given to you to divide people up in a time where they knew if you said all lives matter, that you would raise all the ships. That's why in Paris, they're not divided up in sections. All right, let's focus on that. I want to finish this news report.
Whatever the reason, Vladimir Putin seems to recognize that in the age of YouTube and the internet, music videos will continue to attract millions of viewers. At the meeting in St. Petersburg, he cautioned his advisors that attempts to ban artists from performing could instead boost their
What's happening? Here we go.
popularity. João da Silva, Al Jazeera.
All right, so that's the end of that. Teaching the next generation to go along with the concept of raising just the ships that they want, or just the ship that they want, is a failing strategy. Because we always did that. We always did that. And they see that coming. Another thing I want to look at this morning, I was looking at climate change. Is the climate changing? Is the climate changing? Is it out there? Because some people think it is, and some people think it isn't. What do I think? I think the ancients are always right. Bad stuff is always coming. And if we raise all the ships, and when the climate does what it does, when the asteroids hit and the water, you know, we'll be okay. We have the automation to take care of that. It was a good report on, it was a little simple breakdown. Let's talk about climate change. But the thing is, keep in mind, from my perspective, we own all the sides, right? If energy controls your GDP, let's think about it this way, because I want to make sure that everything's clear. There is no political party anywhere on this planet that gives two damns about some climate change, some CO2, or any of that. No, they don't give two damns about it. Why? Because their retirement, their power is all based in energy. The people they work for need CO2 off gassing. They need to change the climate. They need to destroy ecosystems because it's how billionaires make billions. And they own the politicians. They bought all of them. So the idea that your politician is going to help you with some climate change, do you know how ridiculous that even sounds? Everything that they do, all their power over people, their power to legislate, their ability to stay in office, to wage war, to do all the things that they do, all of their power, all of their energy is controlled by destroying the earth. That's it. They're not going to change it. All right, so I'm gonna look at this. I don't like ridiculous debates. And it's ridiculous to say that any side actually gives a damn about destroying ecosystems. That's why I don't like to call it climate change, because it's this tribal ridiculous thing. There's just science and ancient history. And it's biblical too. It's all of those things. Bad things are coming. We're either getting ready for the bad things or fighting each other in the street over somebody's ding-a-ling.
Climate change, it's real, it affects us all, and climate scientists say if we don't act, there will be irreversible damage to our planet within decades. The solution, cut greenhouse gas emissions and change to clean, green energy.
I'm gonna stop there. Just pretend for a minute this is not a tribal thing, all right? Is it a good idea to stop using oil? Right? Is it a good idea to stop using gas and kerosene and things that are toxic? Is it a good idea? Yes, it's a good idea. Is it a good idea to stop using these things that we dump in the oceans, all this plastic? Yes, it's a good idea. Is it a good idea to stop using what the billionaires need to keep buying your government so you think he can be fighting the deep state? You're not really fighting the deep state. Is it a good idea to take the fuel out from under the people that dominate the earth, and the earth is a psychopathic crap show? Yes, it's a good idea. Is sustainable energy a good idea? Yes, it's a good idea. So whether you believe in CO2 or not, it actually doesn't matter. It's a good idea. Why? Because these people are the same people that murdered presidents. These people have bought entire nations. So is it a good idea to take some of their power? Yes. Okay, let's keep going.
But don't wait for politicians to make the switch. There's plenty we can all do to
They're
reduce
not gonna make
our
the switch.
carbon footprint. Number one, become more energy efficient. Insulate.
Is energy efficiency a good idea? Did all of your ancestors say live within your means? Be smart, conserve energy, cut so many cords of wood so you can have to burn the fire. Be wise. Don't be stupid. Is that a good thing? I think it sounds like a good thing. It doesn't matter what I think about climate change. It doesn't matter what I think about. A bad thing is coming. We don't know what the bad thing is. This is smart to do. So how about we just do it?
Our homes, use energy saver light bulbs and appliances, and if we're not using the lights, switch them off.
Turn it off.
Better still, make the switch to renewable energy. Number 2 is a bit more of a challenge, but
okay, let's process it this way. When I was a little kid, I used to go in the refrigerator. I get my Fruity Pebbles. I used to love some Fruity Pebbles. This is carcinogen cereal. We don't go through it. Kill you cancer and kill you diabetes and you die. That's not the point. I go get my Fruity Pebbles. I open the fridge, get my milk, get my cow milk. Don't drink that. That's carcinogen. It's casein in it. It grows cancer cells. Don't ever drink cow milk. The dumbest species on the planet, drinking milk from another animal's boobies. That's just dumb. All right. We didn't know that. Now we know it. It grows cancer. The China study, look it up. And I go in there, get the milk. I pour my cereal, little Gerard, get my bowl, and I get my spoon. They said plastic spoons back then with little animals on it, the big spoon. Anyway, then I go sit down at it and start watching my cartoons. My mother come in yelling, "Close the refrigerator!" Yelling at me. Why are you yelling at me? You letting all the cold air out. Okay, so that's a good idea. I get it, Mama. Okay, I get it. I'm letting the cold air out. So other cold things in there. We got to keep the casein in the cow milk nice and cold. I know, because there's pus and blood in there. And then the pus and blood get to percolating with the warm air to grow into a little sluggish-like monster, like some okra that's white in a in a milk jug. I get it, Mama. Sound like a good idea. Little Gerard put his bowl down and put his Frosty Pebbles in, go to and close the refrigerator. Why? Because it's a good idea. Doesn't matter what anybody else has to say about it. Good idea. Do it. Don't fight with it.
The costs of going green are going down as more of us use it. Number 3 is
solar panels. Wait, stop. I'm not done. Solar panels a good idea? Half of my friends on the right, they off grid, man. They got bunkers and guns and growing food and everything, seed stores, everything. Is having solar panels a good idea? See, the cool thing is if they roll out solar panels, then when everything collapses, there'll be solar panels all over the road, all over these businesses that close up and collapse in the malls. Guess what? You and Jethro get you going down there, get the truck. Solar panels for everybody. Is it a good idea to stop investing in war and start investing in solar panels that the government can roll out and we can all get together and steal later? And we don't have to shoot each other because there'll be so many solar panels that we can all just steal as much as we want. I think that sounds like a good idea.
For many of us, our cars are major carbon dioxide polluters, so consider using the car a little less. And if we need
our car's a good idea. That's another one. Is a car a good idea? Is a over century old piece of technology that feeds the billionaires, the Rockefeller and Ford. We went through this a few days ago, right? How do we have cars over 100 years later? Why? Because the billionaires who need the oil, the energy sales from those things, that's how they make their money and buy your government. So if billionaires buying your government's a bad idea, drying gasoline cars is a bad. And in fact, the funny thing about this one is, I don't know anybody who actually thinks that we are still needing to drive gasoline cars. Why do they still exist? Because you live in a crony world and we are feeding the cronies. So this isn't like a climate change debate to me. This is like a common sense debate. This is, do you want to do the wise things that you were taught? Or do you want to be the ignorant bastard that the news teaches you to be because you don't like the other side? Now, I get they don't like you, but somebody gonna have to grow up here because I'm getting tired of doing this. I'm getting tired of doing this. I'm waiting for, we got to be like friends, y'all. We got to be in the street. She asked me, when am I going to be in the street? I'm going to be in the street when we got something to be in the street about. Right now, being in the street to fight Trump, you will not see me anywhere near that. I don't give two damns about that. I will be in the anti-Trump rallies as quick as I'll be in the anti-Obama rallies. They aren't the problem. The problem is the system. I'll be in the street when you want to do something that's got some common damn sense about raising all the ships. That's when I'm going to be out there. But I'm not going to go out somewhere and y'all start bringing out some signs because you don't like somebody ding-a-ling, something like that.
Electric. And no matter what we drive, maintain it. Deflated tires
smog is bad.
Into gas guzzlers. Number 4, it's the 3 R's. Reuse what you have, recycle what you don't need, and the big focus right now,
no
reduce.
brainer. reuse, fix things, stop wasting money. Like, is that a good idea? Don't think about the CO2. That's just that, it might confuse you. That's science and crazy stuff. Just don't ignore that. Does it actually make sense to fix something that's broke? Does it actually make sense to buy a part and fix it? Does it actually make sense if you can't fix it, sell it to somebody else that can fix it? Doesn't that make sense? Like, does it make sense to keep buying all of this crap and from other countries, right? Like, I love Chinese kids. I love them to death. I love Chinese kids, but you know what? They don't need to make my crap anymore, okay? I can make my own crap, and we got our own kids. That's why we had 10 kids on the farm. We had 13 because we needed slave labor. So we can get our kids to do our slavery. Let the little kids in China go back to school. Let them get an education. Let the little kids in Latin America, let them go do something else that's important. Let them be kids for once. How about that? How about we stop buying crap? And this is one thing I agree with. I like the idea of the trade war. I'm a trade war proponent. We need some trade war. And that's why I'm pissed off about Trump right now. I'm not pissed off at Trump. I'm pissed off at the 10 billionaires that run the United States of America that tell Trump exactly what to do. I'm pissed off at them because I want a trade war. Why? Because all of this crap is a bad idea. No, I don't think that you should have a Christmas tree that's propped up on a bunch of, like, the Christmas tree can't even touch the ground. Y'all like people's houses, like my friend. I'm getting the Christmas cards already. And they got the fake, they got the tree. It's not even their tree because they took it at the Olin Mills picture place at Sears or somewhere. And I got all these slave presents, and the tree can't even breathe, can't get no water. It's being propped up by all this slave labor boxes made on death and destruction and rape and war and genocide. And I got all these small electronics, and the tree ain't even got no room. The branch is like this on the bottom because it got so many damn presents. I think we need to reverse this. That's what I think. I think we need to. So is it a good idea to reuse things and stop using slave labor things built in other countries or things made in your country? No, that's not called nationalism. That's called not stupidism. That's what it's called. It's called buy from your neighbors, buy local, buy small. You can have a flag and wave the flag. You can America. You can do that if you want. Fine with that. That's you. I don't do that, but you can do that. Not against it. I'm not against it. In fact, brother Chris did a good video. I have to try to say it in a way to make sense. Okay. So let's process it this way. Why am I not a proponent of the American flag right now? Why am I not? And I'm not a proponent of the British flag, so I don't think it's about America. I'm not a proponent of the Russian flag. I'm not a proponent of the German flag. I don't like none of your flags. I think your flags suck. I think you will get your country back. If you want your country back, if you want your country to be great again, and 10 billionaires run your country will be great again when you start burning that flag. Ooh. Don't like the sound of that, do you? You're feeling hopey, changey, and you want to bring about change in your country. It'll actually when you start burning the billionaire's flag, then they're gonna get upset. Because whose flag is it anyway? This is why I didn't do crest. I didn't do crest because y'all remember the crest back when our Lord, we'd wear the crest of our Lord on his shield. We put it on our shields. We wouldn't put the crest of our family name. We put the crest of somebody else's family name. And right now, America, it's got the Rockefeller crest. That's all it is. Red, white, and blue, right? That's the Rockefeller crest. And I'm going to send my kids to go die for the Rockefeller crest? Hell no. Now, mind you, I'm good. I'm good if the Democrats run the country. I am. And I'm good if the Republicans run the country. I am. I really don't care if it's the left or the right. But whoever's running the country, as long as we're going to keep this stupid country thing going, because I don't think we should keep it going, but y'all want to keep it going, so we'll keep it going. I don't care who runs it, as long as the person lives here, as long as the person is local. But if they're just always controlled by Rothschilds and Rockefellers and billionaires and all the national pride and all of that stuff is used for oil companies and destruction of the planet and rape and slave labor and us doing all the things that all of our grandparents said we should not be doing, if all of these things are going to be used to call back troops from the USS Liberty, this is why I get upset. I'm getting a little upset right now. I didn't drink my coffee. I got turned to the side. I get upset. I get upset. I came from a military family. Don't tell me nothing about no damn, I don't like the flag. Please, I was a Boy Scout, Civil Air Patrol, ROTC, going to the U.S. Air Force Academy. Father was in the Air Force National Guard, put his life down for it. Same with my uncle, building technology so they can go invade nations because they didn't know. I didn't have people die in my family so I can support the Rockefellers. Hell no. I'd have people die in my family for this nonsense so I can go cheer some crest of 10 billionaires? No. Now, yeah, the Republicans, if you actually run the country, all right, well, that's something else. You're in control of your politicians, that's something else. You know, the Democrats, you control your politics. If you were running the country, you're in control of them, and they were beholden to America, okay, then that's something else. You might get me to shut up then. I might shut up, sit there, shit. I might. Oh, America. I might actually do that. But right now, when I know I'm singing to billionaires and I'm cheering Chelsea Clinton running the damn planet or somebody from the Bush family, the Bush got more kids? Why they got any more kids? Jeb Bush being the next. You don't think this is feudalism? You don't actually think that you're carrying the crest of people. See, this is when it all ends. When Germany starts burning their flag, France, they burn the flag right now. France out there right now, jumping up and down on the flag, burning that mother like, ain't nobody in France like, don't burn the flag. You can't, because, you know, it's indoctrination though. And I get it. I understand. I get it. Because in Boy Scouts, that's what we had to do. We weren't allowed to touch the flag. They got us young, y'all. I was a little Boy Scout, little Gerard walking around, little flag, and the flag hit the ground. You had to burn the flag. They were real about it. They put it in hard. They indoctrinated. Everything was about the flag, the flag, the flag. And it wasn't about the flag, it was about race, race, race. When about that, it was about your state, state, state. Everything was about putting pride in stuff that got nothing damn do with me. Nothing damn do with me. Hashtag, that's an hashtag. Nothing damn do with me. And that's what I'm saying. Ain't got nothing damn do with me. None of this. None of this. The American flag, America the Beautiful, the rock and roll, all of it. It's all indoctrination. We understand right now, let's be honest. America is a corporation. Do you think France isn't? America is a corporation, the United States corporation of the damn earth. That's what it is. You don't fix problems in a corporation by voting. Parties don't fix problems in corporations. It's a double blind. The nationalism, like if you ever go to like these conventions, we used to go to these conventions in corporate America, we go, and nobody went to the classes. We ain't go to class. We was in Vegas. We ain't going to no damn classes in no Vegas. Are you kidding me? Shoot, we was in, listen, we had to get it on. I was in London. We ain't go to no class, but they got all the corporate pride. Then it's the same damn thing. You get in there, they got the rock and roll playing. I went to one for a software company. Who they have? They had James Cameron. They got the speaker in there, get you all excited. They play the rock and roll. We're not gonna take it. You're like, yay, go corporation. You know, it's like these, it's the same thing. They got logos like flags. Maybe the flag is a logo. I don't know. All right, I'm finished. I know we're doing climate change. It happens. Look.
Actually, single-use plastics like these. They choke our oceans, clog the landfill, and are made from fossil fuels.
Choking the ocean, is that a good thing? Is it a good thing? Is it a good idea that we're eating fish right now that has microplastic in it? Did you eat some fish this week? Guess what? It has microplastic. Did you eat some shrimp this week? It has microplastic in it. You're literally eating the billionaires' waste. Literally. You are literally eating your leaders' waste that are fighting the climate, that are helping you, that is here to save you. You're eating plastic right now that's getting locked up in your liver. Is that a good idea? I don't like no climate change. It's not about climate change. It's about not destroying the planet that's supposed to be here. Doesn't the scripture say something about being a steward of the planet? Isn't all this about being stewards? It's all about being stewards. You don't go vote for none of this nonsense. This is how you're supposed to live on a daily basis. This is why I constantly say all the solutions are in the mirror. All of them. All the solutions are in the mirror. Do what your grandparents told you. That's it. That's the solution. Ignore the fact that it came from the left or the right or this or that. The grandparents say to do it. They don't teach you nonsense. Your grandparents, they love you for the most part. And maybe some of them drank a little too much, but they love you. They don't hand down junk to you. Corporations hand down lies to you because they want to make money. Your grandparents hand things down to you because they want you to be strong. They want you to have strong communities. They want a rising tide to raise all ships. Like, here's a good example. Growing up, when somebody came to your door, did you close the door in their face? Did you ever see that? Or did you see your grandparents? I saw my grandparents giving a whole lot of people food. Why? I don't even know if they like the people. I don't know. I don't know. But I do know this. People, when they got food in their belly, they don't rob from you. They don't steal from you. They like you. They see somebody robbing and stealing from you, they tell you. That's how you build communities. That's how you build a world. That's what national security is. National security is taking care of your neighbor. Because when you take care of them, they're less likely to invade you. They don't have to rob from you. They don't have to steal from you. And not only that, people don't have to run to your border and jump over the damn wall because they're being taken care of, and stop looting your neighbor. Think about it like this. Think. You live in your neighborhood. But I know you like your neighbors. Ain't nobody here. Y'all good people. Y'all know your neighbors. I know y'all do. I know y'all do. Imagine just all of a sudden you start robbing your neighbors. I don't know, say you got fired from your job or something. How long is it going to take before all your neighbors who are all getting robbed by you going to just keep letting you rob them? I mean, they might be nice to you. They might smile at you. You cutting your grass. Which is nothing. Nobody should have no damn grass. Y'all need some mints growing in your yard and some ferns. Don't grow no damn grass. I know they don't care. They don't care nothing about no climate change. How long they gonna say, hey, howdy, old neighbor? You waving, you pushing the lawnmower, and he know that you stealing from them. They're like, I'm gonna say hi to him. They're gonna have a neighborhood meeting about you. And this is what happened about America right now. This happened about Germany and France and Britain and all the rest of the colonizers right now. They're all meeting around the world. This is why I'm saying that I'm not for any sort of violent revolution, because it's a useless discussion. It's just not going to help anything. You can have a violent revolution, but when you have a neighborhood full of people that hate you, they're plotting against you. And when you got a whole world that's plotting against you, your position is not actually to continue to loot your neighbors. Your position at that point is to try to bring about a condition in the world, in the community, that raises all ships. Stop trying to raise one ship. Stop trying to replace the power. You're supposed to be trying to fight the power. And that's our problem right now, is we got too many people who want to be the power. The oppressed always becomes the oppressor. We can do better than that. It is all about community, people. This was a quick one. I got to get going. So what this was about is a rising tide is required to raise all ships. Stop trying to raise one ship selectively. All right, I got to get going. Y'all have a great day. I love y'all. That one was fun, but I got to go. Bye.